Hi, this is Dan, and today I want to talk about reading, and that's reading novels. When I was a teenager, back when I was at school and stuff, I used to read loads and loads of novels. Mostly sci-fi, fantasy, voraciously. I'd read a couple of novels a week, and I loved it. I loved it. And I read stuff that wasn't fantasy and sci-fi. I read some classics, and I read some sort of more serious literature, which, you know, I enjoyed and stuff. And then I started university, and when I started university I basically stopped reading, and that made me kind of sad. And I didn't read because, well, during term I was really busy, didn't have time to read anything, and then in the holidays I was either working or I was doing other things. I just didn't, couldn't really get around to it. I mean, I read a little bit, but very little. Definitely not a couple of books a week. Yeah, so I graduated in the summer, and I thought to myself, I'm graduating. Dan, you're graduating. Read, you're gonna read some books, and you're gonna get back into reading, and it's gonna be great. And, yeah. Well, I decided that I'd read something that lots and lots of people have recommended to me, in person and sort of over the internet and stuff, and I decided that I was going to read this, Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace. It's a hefty book, and I decided to read it because it's quite well thought of, it's fairly big, and it was something thought I'd get really stuck into and just try and revitalise my love of reading. And, well, I started it 6 months ago. I'm about here. I've read that much, so I'm about a third of the way through, which isn't great for 6 months. I mean, it's a really long book, but I still should be further after 6 months, and I'm enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it. I'm like, it's great, it's difficult, and sometimes it feels as if David Foster Wallace, the author, wants to sort of beat you round the head with his intelligence and, show you how inferior you are to him. But there are some fantastic bits, and I'm really enjoying it. But I just can't seem to, get the time to put into it. I'll spend at most maybe 20 minutes every other day reading. I used to spend hours and hours and hours. I used to spend, 2 or 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours a night reading. And, even with my job and stuff, I have, at least an hour or half an hour even every night. But I'm not. Like, even half an hour a night would get me through this book. A couple of months, which is slow, but it's still getting through it. And I don't really know what it is. I'm just not motivated. I'd rather watch Family Guy on TV than read something that I'm actually really enjoying. And that makes me sad. And I don't think I'm alone there. I think a number of people stopped reading at university like me and have found it really hard to get back into it. And if anyone out there feels the same way, let me know, because yeah, it's nice not to feel alone about that. Great. Goodbye.